Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I had my mic muted. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here we go. What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. My apologies. My apologies. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Still can't? Yes or no? Still can't hear me? Good now? I'm good now. All right. My bad. I had the blue Yeti muted. But I am here now. And we got a lot to talk about tonight. Smash the melee button if you do not mind. Simple request from a simple man. And we're here to live stream because you guys asked for more live streams. And it's my job to provide you with what you ask for. So I see everybody rocking in the chat. Smash that motherfucking melee button just to let everybody know you're happy that Geeks and Gamers is live. We do have to talk about Terry Crews bending the knee and in a pathetic way. And it's sad because this is what the mob does to you. You know, the more you resist them, the more they come after you. The more they make an example of you if you don't say or do what they want you to do. And Terry Crews is someone that has earned a lot of respect from a lot of people recently. And unfortunately, they're relentless, man. They just will not stop. Once they have got you in their targets, it's over. They will never stop coming for you, ever. It's a never-ending cycle with these people. And Matt G with Super Chat says, this man is not Jeremy. He must be a clone, LOL. I've been live streaming a lot today. I mean, Sports Wars is killing it right now. Our sports channel is absolutely on fire. Shout out to Uche. Shout out to my boy Ryan Kennel. We're doing a great job over there. Park Hoppin is killing it. The main channel is killing it. I streamed on Krista Nova's channel earlier on Twitch. We played Splatoon, had a lot of fun. She had a great turnout. And then I went over to RK Outpost, Ryan Kennel's Twitch channel. We played some Titanfall. We were shooting people in the face and effing people up, and it was awesome. So we had a lot of fun there. But yeah, we're going to talk about Terry Crews. I'm going to give everybody time to roll in here. Share out the video if you're interested. You don't have to, but maybe. So Joshua Sam says, what's up, overrated Jeremy? How was Titanfall? Titanfall was awesome. Titanfall is one of my favorite games of all time. And then we have the Goomba herself, Krista Nova, is here. And she says, okay, Goomba. Thank you, Krista, for being here. I'm sure we will have more mods show up throughout the night. There's Cooking with Ruthie. Hello, Ruthie. We got almost 500 peeps in here. Smash that melee. And now that we have enough people in here, we're probably going to go ahead and talk about our number one topic tonight. And there's a lot to talk about, but this one is the one that really caught my attention because Terry Crews, has really, can I please say fuck Victoria? Fuck Victoria. There you go, Lethal Lightning. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I did that for you. But Terry Crews has been someone that has taken such a common sense approach to all of this craziness going on. And because he hasn't said what the masses want him to say, the Twitter mobs and the media, we've seen Terry Crews get a lot of criticism, and they've really come after him. And I just saw this earlier, and I don't really know all of the backstory to it, but ultimately he has not only apologized once to Gabrielle Union, however you say her name. He hasn't apologized once to her. He hasn't apologized twice. He's apologized 3 times. He's apologized to her 3 times already. And he says he will give another apology if this isn't enough. Do you understand, Terry Crews, how bad of a situation you are putting yourself in when you are offering multiple apologies to people that have no interest in hearing your apology? To not only say, I'm going to apologize 3 times, and then I'm going to offer up even more apologies if you need more. Unbelievable. And I'm going to show you all of it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But this is where we are in 2020. If you do not line up with the mob mentality, the mob will come for you. They will destroy you. They will destroy your livelihood. They will destroy your reputation. They will destroy everything about you. We just saw this with the NBA basketball player Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac is, by all accounts, a good dude. He's a really good dude. He's a minister. He helps the community out. He's always doing outreach work and charity work. But because he stood for the national anthem, and he was the first person to stand for the national anthem, he got, criticized all over the place. Well, unfortunately, the very next day, he suffered an ACL injury, season-ending ACL injury. People are literally making fun of him and saying that it's karma for standing for the national anthem. That's what they're saying. They're saying he suffered a season-ending injury because it's karma, because he didn't kneel for it. I'm sorry, because he didn't kneel for the national anthem. They're victimizing him. It's unreal. Like, this world we live in is absolutely insane. But anyway, let's get into our news story, the first news story, and it's right here, and it is absolutely ridiculous. And you're gonna hate everything I'm fixing to show you. You're gonna hate all of it, but all we can do is talk about it. So here we go. And let me share audio, because there is some audio that I'm gonna want to share. All right, so Gabrielle Union receives a renewed apology from Terry Crews after calling out his lack of support for AGT. Gabrielle Union has received another apology from Terry Crews after calling out her former America's Got Talent co-star again for his lack of support after she spoke out about her experience with racism and a toxic workplace on set. Interesting conversation was renewed after Union appeared on the Spotify podcast Jamel Hill, the person who said that literally every single Trump voter is a racist. We're talking to Jamel Hill now. Is unbothered, and the sports journalist asked her about Cruz and his controversial comments about Black Lives Matter. Controversial comments. What controversial comments did he make, you ask? Let's see. What controversial comments did he make? Defeating white supremacy without white people creates black supremacy. Equality is the truth. Like it or not, we're in this together. That is what he was being criticized for by Union and by Hill. That right there. So now, she said, this is from Gabrielle Union. Hit me up. People hit me up all day long and are like, what's happening? Union says in response to Hill's question about what's going on with Cruz. And the only thing I know for sure is that Terry Crews gets 3 checks from NBC. So I don't know if being worried about job stability, which, listen, we all know that if you speak up about isms and you absolutely can be shown the door. We are both very clear on that. So I don't know if that's the motivation. So she's basically accusing Terry Crews of not saying what she wants him to say because of a paycheck. That's what she's accusing him of. Okay. Now here's the video right here.
And that's the insidious part of experiencing racism, is being told that you're not experiencing racism. And so many people that I know, allies even, look at the trauma and the harm of racism like a mosquito bite. Annoying, maybe it gets infected, but as long as you wear, bug spray or off or deep woods off or straight up deep, then you should be good. And it's like, the bug spray is respectability politics. You know what I mean? And if you just do all of these things, this won't happen. But if it does happen, it's actually not that big of a deal. And it's like, in the same way, if a mosquito wants to bite your ass, it will find the teeniest bit of part of your body that was not covered in bug spray and bite you. That's just what it is. And if somebody wants to be racist, they will be racist. There's nothing you can do to shapeshift, there's nothing you can do with your blackness or your Latinxness or your Asianness or there's nothing you can do to escape.
What? She continued, people were like, well, you weren't the only black person on America's Got Talent. And I was like, no, I wasn't there with, no, I was there with Terry Crews. Based on his recent actions, do you really think Terry Crews was an ally, was helpful, was a sounding board? I think Terry Crews is showing us who he really is and what he does during these times of adversity. And it's not solidarity. Crews released an apology to Union on Saturday saying, this will be my third public apology to Gabrielle Union. If a fourth is needed, I will continue to apologize and push for reconciliation between the world and, more importantly, the culture I grew up. I'm sorry at Gabrielle. What? So of course. Now, before I share the rest of this with you, okay? Let me ask you all. Let me ask the chat. Let me ask our very intelligent chat, okay? When Terry Crews apologizes, what do you think the comments are full of? Do you think people are like, thanks for the apology, Terry. We're glad that you apologized and we appreciate you. Do you think that's what the comments are? Because you and I know goddamn well that it ain't. You know damn well that when you apologize to these people, they're going to sit there and demonize you even further. So let's look at the replies to his apology. Why don't we check that out? I'm just so excited to see these really understanding people go, yeah, I'm so happy that Terry apologized, and I think it's time we move on from this now. I'm sure that's what the replies are on Twitter. Isn't it? Let's check it out right now. Let's see what those replies are full of right now. So this is the tweet. If this is really a third apology, I'm just going to say this. Society has dragged apologies through the mud in a myriad of ways. If being questioned or attacked after this, why continue? Demanding more apologies to me would seem like more coercion on one's ideals, nothing more. Apologizing won't help unless you understand the wrong and the really work on trying to do better. So if another situation happens like this, you will know how to handle it by taking the right path. Keys to relationships are listening and comprehending, Terry Crews. Apologies without changing behavior is simply manipulation. Fix your mindset, then maybe she and or the rest of the black community will give a damn about your apologies. Well, there you go. Let's see. Oh, look at there. So this guy's saying he just found out his grandpa, a lifetime Republican, is voting Democrat. Congratulations to him. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. These people, let's see. Saying I'm sorry fixes nothing, in all caps. It fixes nothing, they say. Let's see. This person says it will never be enough. Even if Gabrielle accepts this one, there will be those that will still hold it over your head. One sincere apology should always be enough. I mean, in theory, yes, but in reality, no. So again, man, it's never enough. It's never enough. When are these people going to learn? It's never enough. It's never going to be enough. Now, I did look something up because let's be honest here. Okay. Gabrielle Union, she is suffering, ladies and gentlemen. She is suffering in this terrible, terrible country. This awful, awful country. Gabrielle Union is suffering, ladies and gentlemen. So I decided, let's look into this a little bit. Let's see what her journey is. Let's see how terrible and painful it has been for her. Because based on her words, based on her experiences, you would think she's had a really tough road, right? I mean, you would think she's had a really tough road. So I think we're going to look into this a little bit. Let's see how tough of a road the great Gabrielle Union has had, because it must be tough. It must be tough. Oh, wow. Look at there. She's worth $20 million. She's worth $20 million. Okay. $20 million. Okay. I mean, that's tough. It's tough to live in this society right here, guys. It's tough for someone like Gabrielle Union to only have $20 million. I mean, it's just, but look, we don't know, okay? Because she's clearly the breadwinner in her family, and that says a lot about a woman becoming very strong and powerful, and elevating herself to such a place where she can. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. She's married to Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is worth $120 million. This is the oppressed life of Dwayne and Gabrielle. Oh, how tough. How tough. I personally feel so bad for her and for D Wade. It's such a terrible, terrible life that they are both living. A net worth combined of $140 million. And you just know that it's just so tough. It's so tough for them to live in this horrific climate of just being worth $140 million. It's so tough indeed. So unfortunately, yes, Terry Crews has bent the knee to social justice weirdos. And we knew this was going to happen. By the way, swig of water for the working man out there, not the person that's worth $140 million. Swig of water for the working retail worker out there, for the working hospital worker out there. Swig of water for the delivery truck drivers out there. The people working paycheck to paycheck, regardless of the color of their skin. Swig of water to those people out there. Because those are the people that are actually out there busting their ass and actually having it tough in life, regardless of their skin color. Bend the knee how? I just talked about it. If you guys want me to do a recap, I will do a recap here momentarily. But Terry Crews has not only apologized once, not only apologized twice, but apologized 3 times. And during the third apology, the public apology, he's then offered to say, if I need to, I will apologize again. How do you think that's going to end up for Terry Crews? Smash the melee button if you are just tuning in. Share the video out if you don't mind. You don't have to, but share it out on social media if you don't mind. And let's get some peeps up in here. Nightmare Link 110 says, I work retail. Thank you, Jeremy. I know what it's like. I worked retail for a long time. So I know what it's like. The Concerned Westerner says, no one in Hollywood has a spine. They really don't. But no one in any prominent position really does in terms of Hollywood people, in terms of sports people. Like Drew Brees is a genuinely good dude. I love Drew Brees. Drew Brees has apologized like 5 or 6 times now for having an opinion that people like LeBron James didn't think was the right opinion. So he's just continued to apologize. He even did it just a few days ago. Like, it's never fucking ends. It never fucking ends. What's up, Thomas? Thomas says, got to get back to work. What's up, Thomas? Thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate you, and hopefully work goes good. Swig of water for the working man, Thomas, because he is the working man, and he is here, and he's working, and we appreciate Thomas. Let me see. Revan says, sup, how are you, Jeremy? Doing good, Revan. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate that. I just was playing Titanfall with a fellow Aussie, the great Lethal Lightning, and we wrecked him. Me, Ryan, and Lethal were wrecking fools at Titanfall, and it was awesome. One of my favorite games of all time. Proper Jeremy says, I find it interesting that you continue to harass brilliant, successful women like Gabrielle Union, Brie Larson, Kathleen Kennedy, and Queen Beyonce. I think it's fantastic to have Proper Jeremy back. That's what I think. I think it's great to have Proper Jeremy back. We love Proper Jeremy, and it's wonderful to have Proper Jeremy here, at least for right now. The novelty will wear off, and I will get tired of Proper Jeremy, but for the short term, it's nice to have him back. But yeah, we have a great turnout so far. Thank you all for being here. We're talking about Terry Crews bending the knee. We've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot more than normal. And one thing I wanted to show you guys really quick, let me pull it up right now, and I'll show you right now, because this is the far left wing right here. This is the far left wing, and it never fails. It never fails. These people are nuts. They are demented. They live in a demented reality, And I'm going to try to find it right here. Now, as you know, you've probably heard about Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac is a basketball player for the Orlando Magic, okay? And he was the only person that decided to stand up for the national anthem when they played it. And he didn't wear a Black Lives Matter shirt. So he was the only person. And now the very next day he suffers a really bad injury, ACL, hurts his knee, and he's out for the season. So ESPN, one of their woke journalists, decided that it was okay to put up a joke about it. Now, again, in theory, I'm not the joke police. Okay? But the problem here is the hypocrisy. The fact is they could not. That none of them would make the same type of joke if it was Colin Kaepernick. But it's okay to make the joke about Jonathan Isaac because Jonathan Isaac doesn't line up with the narrative. Even though he's a black man, even though he's a man of God, which is obviously terrible for the media, even though he helps out less fortunate people and doesn't look to have media attention for it, the fact is he stood for the national anthem and he wasn't supposed to stand for the national anthem. He was supposed to wear a Black Lives Matter shirt and he didn't. So this is what he gets. This is the Lebertard show, one of the top tier ESPN shows. Is it funny that the guy who refused to kneel immediately blew out his knee? Now, of course, this tweet was deleted because it didn't go in the favor that they wanted it to. And it's ridiculous, man. And it says it right here. Could you imagine Levitard running a similar poll if Colin Kaepernick went down with an injury? Of course not. He'd be met with a termination letter before he had time to check his Twitter account. According to Levitard's colleague, Mark Jackson, Kaepernick is a hero. Last night, Jackson praised the former quarterback like a modern-day Muhammad Ali during an NBA broadcast. So again, man, you know, it's like totally okay. It's totally okay to laugh at a black dude that has a season-ending knee injury that could literally alter his career. That's okay because he didn't line up with the narrative. And this is what I've told all of you over and over and over and over again. Every time your skin color, your gender, your sexual preference, it's only as good as the narrative that can be built around it. The moment that they can't build a narrative around you that helps their fake narrative, you don't mean anything to them, and they will eat you alive. They will take you down. They will shame you. They will ruin you. They will get you fired. They will call you all of these names that they call non-white people that don't form up to the narrative. It happens all the fucking time. You have to be a complete moron to not see this shit at this point. And the media lies all the time. And look what they did today. They just threw Jonathan Isaac under the bus completely. Because why? Because he didn't do what they thought he should do. And if you are a non-white dude, you better do what the far left expects you to do. And if you don't, they will cast you out, just like the Joker said in The Dark Knight. These civilized people, they'll eat themselves. That is exactly what they do. That's all they do. It's easy to pay attention to this stuff and watch these people do this to themselves. It's sad, but it is what it is. Revan says, just curious, have you heard anything about the doc? Remind me. I don't remember. Was this something we were talking about last night? Because you sent me a lot of messages last night. The doc. Oh, you mean Dr. Disrespect? I'm assuming you mean Dr. Disrespect. No, I have not. No one knows anything about. Well, there's probably a few people out there, but no one's talking, if that's who you're talking about. Paul Contreras says, SJWs whip black men like in the Roots. Say your name. They do. Like, again, SJWs are literally racist. And it's so easy to pinpoint, to watch, to see, and how they behave, but how they treat people that don't agree with them. Like I said, I've said this many times. I'm not looking for people to agree with me politically, socially, or anything like that. I don't care if you agree with me. My whole thing is, are you willing to accept the way I think? Can you can you accept the way I think? And if you can't, then you're not someone that I want to be affiliated with or associated with. It's not about you agreeing with me. It's about, are you going to lose sleep overnight because of how I vote? Are you going to lose sleep overnight because of my opinion? Because if you are, you have mental problems and you need to really get that checked out. Because these people will lose sleep overnight. These people on Twitter, if you support Trump or you vote for Trump, or if you just don't demonize Trump, they will lose sleep overnight. They will. They will literally cry themselves to sleep and go crazy. This is what they do. It's insane. Swig of water for the working man. Let me see here. Oh, right there. We got the answer right there. Let me find it. Where the hell did it go? Chat's moving too fast. Nigerian Prince has the answer. Nigerian Prince knows what happened to Dr. Disrespect, everybody. Nigerian Prince Jeremy will let you know. All you got to do is check your email. Give him your bank account information, and he will give you all of the answers on what happened to Dr. Disrespect. Oh, man. That is funny right there. That one's a good one. Revan says, have these SJWs come after you yet, Jeremy? Oh, God, yes. Yes, they come after me every day. They are constantly trying. Like, okay, for instance, there's this clip of me misspeaking in a video that I am the reason that it even exists. When I was making a video one time, I was talking about The Force Awakens, and I meant to say, I was talking about The Force Awakens, but I accidentally said The Last Jedi, and I basically said, like, I meant to say I love The Force Awakens, but I said I love The Last Jedi, and I think it did a damn good job of doing what it needed to do for Star Wars. Okay, when I made that mistake, okay, the video didn't go public. I sent it to Josiah, who is my editor, who's still part of the team, who is killing it, by the way. His channel is blowing up. But I sent it to Josiah. I was like, hey, I misspoke right here. Can you edit this clip out? And he's like, oh, dude, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we uploaded it. After it was uploaded, he then takes that clip and he's like, hey, can I fuck with you about this? Can I post this to our Facebook group and say I exposed you? I'm like, absolutely. You absolutely can. And we did that. Years later, these weirdos find this clip and start spreading it around. It goes viral on Reddit. And it was people saying that it was exposing me as the liar that I was. And they've done this multiple times. And they've went after people that are affiliated with me. It's all kind of stuff. Do you guys want an update on the Terry Crews story? I see a few people asking about Terry Crews. Do you guys want an update on the Terry Crews story? Yes or no in the chat. Smash the melee button if you just showed up, and I'll know that there's a lot of new people here. And if you want me to give you an update on the Terry Crews story, I will be more than happy to do that for you. And it's a juicy one too. It's a very juicy one. By the way, tomorrow I will have Taj Jackson on this channel. That is Michael Jackson's nephew. Taj Jackson will be on Geeks and Gamers for a full, no holds barred interview with me. How cool is that? Taj Jackson on Geeks and Gamers. All right, I see a lot of yes. Smash that melee. And here we go. Let's jump right into it because we've obviously got a lot of people tuning in to see what's going on with Terry Crews. Here we go. And it is not pretty, but here we go. So Gabrielle Union receives renewed apology from Terry Crews after calling out his lack of support on AGT. And it says Gabrielle Union has received another apology from Terry Crews after calling out her former America's Got Talent co-star again for his lack of support after she spoke out about her experience with isms and a toxic workplace on set. Interest in the conversation was renewed after Union appeared on the Spotify podcast Jamel Hill is Unbothered, and the sports journalist asked her about Crews and his controversial comments about Black Lives Matter. Now, what was this controversial comment? You ask, what was the controversial comment? That was his controversial comment, essentially saying that equality is the truth. Without white people, that creates black supremacy. Like it or not, we're in this together. That was the controversial comments. Well, we get back to this. She says, people hit me up all day long and are like, what's happening? Union says in response to Hill's question about what's going on with Terry Crews. And the only thing I know for sure is that Terry Crews gets 3 checks from NBC. So it's all about money. Is that right, Gabrielle Union? It's all about money. I see. So I don't know if being worried about job stability, which, listen, we all know that if you speak up about racism and white supremacy, you absolutely can be shown the door. We are both very clear on that. So I don't know if that's the motivation. I would like to ask Gabrielle Union, can you name one person in Hollywood that has been fired for speaking up against racism and white supremacy? I would just like for you to name me one person. Can you name me one person? That's all I'm asking. Just one example is all I'm asking. Give me one example of someone in Hollywood. That's it. That's all I'm asking. You know what? She can't, because these people don't exist. Now, this is the clip, and she's just running her mouth, inventing a boogeyman. And then it says, she continued, people were like, well, you weren't the only person on America's Got Talent. And I was like, no, I was on there with Terry Crews. Based on his recent actions, do you really think Terry Crews was an ally, was helpful, was a sounding board? I think Terry Crews is showing us all who he really is and what he does during these times of adversity. And it's not solidarity. Crews released an apology to Union on Saturday evening. This will be my 3rd public apology to Gabrielle Union. If a 4th is needed, I will continue to apologize and push for reconciliation between the world and, more importantly, the culture I grew up in. I'm sorry, Gabrielle. There we go, right there. Now, what do you think happened? What do you think happened? Huh? Oh, you want to know who Gabrielle Union is? Gabrielle Union is a person. Okay, and I want to be serious about when I'm saying this, okay? Gabrielle Union is a person who has suffered very much in this country known as the United States of America. She's had a very, very tough road, everyone, a very tough life. It's been a very, very difficult situation for her. And what I'm going to show you, it's difficult, and I might get a little emotional when I show you. It's kind of tough for me, okay? But this poor soul is only worth $20 million. She's only worth $20 million. She's only worth $20 million. I am so sorry that America has been so terrible to you, Gabrielle. I am so sorry that America has been so tough that you are only worth $20 million. Now, also, who's she married to? Dwayne Wade. What's Dwayne Wade worth? $120 million. She and her husband are worth $140 million in this country that is so racist against them. How in the world are they supposed to live on under these terrible circumstances? Oh my gosh, how? I don't know. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Gabrielle Union. Look, here, I've got an idea, okay? I've got a really good idea. Gabrielle, you and your husband are worth $140 million, okay? And I understand you can't take that money because that money was given to you predominantly by white people. We don't want any of that, okay? We don't want any of that. So I propose that you give all of your money away to charity to help rebuild Black neighborhoods and Black communities. And maybe you can even help rebuild Minnesota with all of that evil white money that you have. Wouldn't that be a great idea? Wouldn't that be a stunning and brave idea for Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade to show how hard it's been and really be the difference that they want to see? Of course, that's never going to happen, but oh, well, you know that. Swig of water for the worker man. I mean, it's just, it is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that these people that just continue to you know, live this luxury life of never wanting or needing anything. They don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. They don't have to worry about if their power is going to be on. They don't have to worry about if their internet's going to be cut off. They don't have to worry about if their car is going to start. They don't have to worry about anything. Their kids don't have anything negative to deal with, generally speaking, outside of everyday fucking problems. Yes, everybody has problems. Every single person has problems in life. You have problems. I have problems. We all have problems. I even quoted Dave Chappelle on my last stream when I was talking about things. And I said, I have a pretty good life at this point. It's better than it's ever. My life is better than it's ever been at this point in time. Is my life perfect? No. It's like an above ground pool, just like Dave Chappelle said. It's a pool. It's got problems. It's not as good as somebody else's situation from my standpoint, but it's still a pool. Still a good above ground pool. I have problems just like you have problems, just like every single person has problems. The only difference is I don't define my problems on a fake boogeyman that these Hollywood celebrities and these pampered athletes have, based theirs off of. And that is the ridiculousness of the situation. It's fucking ridiculous. But Jeffrey Turner, a.k.a. Mega Jetty 1, sad Cruz bent the knee, was badass in Expendables. I mean, look, I still like Terry Crews a lot. I think he's a great guy. I think he's just been hit by the mob. I think the mob has sunk their teeth into him, and he has no choice whatsoever but to just do what he's got to do. And I mean, I don't agree with it, and I wish he wouldn't. I wish he would just stand his ground, but I think he stood his ground for a long time, and it's just gotten to the point where these people have mobilized against him, and they're going to take him down if he doesn't fall in line. This is how they do things. This is how they operate. This is how they get so many people to repeat their talking points, because it is about a gang, a mob mentality. This is what they do. And it's sad, but it's true. And that's where we're at. Connor Doherty says, not usually awake at this time, but hail Jeremy. Much respect from a sleep-deprived white Irish male. Well, thank you, Connor. I appreciate that, buddy. And thank you for tuning in. I typically am going to be going late a lot. I mean, late night streams is what I prefer. I mean, that's not to say I probably won't go live at other times, but I just enjoy going live late at night. I don't know. It's just better. But I mean, I'm constantly doing stuff with Twitch and, Sports Wars and Gaming with Geeks and the website. I mean, we have so much going on right now. And again, if you're just joining us, I'm talking to Taj Jackson tomorrow from the Jackson family. A member of the Jackson family is a fan of mine. What the fuck is going on? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? I can't comprehend that. But yes, Taj is a great guy. I've gotten to know Taj over the past few months, and I'm really excited to have him here tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or not, but I'll talk to him about that in advance, and we'll make that decision. But yeah, man, good stuff indeed. Bat Goat, gas for the jet, Reverend Osteen. Please bless this chat. The world needs your love. Well, Bat Goat, this is Jeremy Osteen. Jeremy Osteen is very, very happy for all of you to be here tonight, because Jeremy Osteen is going to talk to the wonderful Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union is going to bless us with the $20 million, and we are going to rebuild black communities. We are going to be the difference we want to see. We are going to praise all of the black communities that have been savaged by the far left-wing media. Gabrielle Union is a great person, and we appreciate her donating her $140 million because she can't take that evil white man money. Anyway, freaking Jeremy Osteen. Revan says, apparently KOTOR is going to be a freaking series, not a movie. It should be a movie on the Mandalorian Wars, then KOTOR 1, then 2, then Star Wars The Old Republic. Yeah, I mean, and can I get a hallelujah in the chat for Jeremy Osteen? Yeah, I mean, the rumors are out there that they're going to do a Knights of the Old Republic series, and I want nothing to do with anything Star Wars with Kathleen Kennedy is involved. It's just that simple, and my gosh, Thank you. Thank you. That Joel Osteen voice is spot on. You sounded like Al Green, Jeremy. That's good. That is good. I see Sasha Tech here. Hey, Sasha Tech. I see a lot of hallelujahs in the chat. I'm not the biggest fan of Joel Osteen, but I do like to impersonate him. The outcast of 3040K. Jeremy, your thoughts on how Fox sells to Marvel character rights, i.e. Doctor Doom, and possible standalone movie, and your thoughts on the MCU third round. Yeah, so as far as the Fox with the Marvel characters, that's a strange situation. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how it's changed with the Fox Disney purchase, because as a theme park fan, it was really weird because in Florida at Universal Studios, it was really strange because they have the Marvel Land over there. And then they had Disney World. And then once there was this whole deal with the rights of the Marvel characters after Disney bought Marvel, and then you couldn't put like certain Marvel characters in over on the East Coast. It was really complicated, which is what led to the decision to ultimately make the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, because I guess Guardians of the Galaxy was such a non-existent, comic. So I guess that didn't fall into the parameters, so they could actually have Guardians of the Galaxy in the theme park in Orlando. And even if you go back to when the Avengers came out, the Avengers could not appear inside of a Disney theme park on the East Coast. And then they had the Avengers monorail that would only go to the Ticket and Transportation Center because it couldn't go to the Magic Kingdom, or it was weird. It was a lot of weird stuff going on. So now with the Fox, now with Fox being purchased by Disney, but yet Universal still has rights to a lot of those characters in those parks. And then you've got the whole movie side of things, which makes it so fucking complicated. It's just crazy. So I don't know the update on that. As far as the MCU, the next phase, if that's what you're talking about, because your super chat did get cut off a little bit, but I think you're talking about the next phase of the MCU. And if that's what you're talking about, I have no faith in the next phase of the MCU. Now, I'm not the biggest MCU fan. I think it's fine. I enjoyed the first phase of the MCU, with Captain America, with Thor and all of that. I very much loved Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, but you get like Thor 2 and Doctor Strange and a lot of those movies, I just didn't care about those at all. And then we got to Infinity War, which was incredible. One of the greatest comic book films of all time. Endgame was fine, but they've moved on from Chris Evans' Cap. They've moved on from Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. They've moved on from a lot of these characters that made the MCU. So the next phase is going to be driven by identity politics and really uninteresting characters. And I just do not, I don't care. I don't care about it at all, unfortunately. Hopefully I answered your question. I apologize about not having a lot of knowledge on how that Fox merger has affected all of that. There's rumors that they're going to sell Fox again. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Murty says 1 hour left for Mike S. Miller's Magnificent Seven on Indiegogo. Go back and get a digital copy to read now. That is 1 hour left for Mike S. Miller's The Magnificent Seven on Indiegogo. Back now and get a digital copy to read now. Congrats to Mike. I hope it's doing well. I don't follow a lot of the comic stuff. Obviously I know a lot of those guys, and there's always a lot of drama with Comicsgate, and I know Mike's not in Comicsgate anymore, but I don't follow a lot of that stuff. But I wish Mike the best. I like Mike, friends with Mike, friends with a lot of those guys, regardless if they have disagreements. That's completely on them. That has nothing to do with me, and I don't choose my battles, or I don't choose my friends based on my friends' fights. I could care less about all that. But yeah, good stuff. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Varek Tor says, for the lozenge fund, so you can keep the SJ. Oh, the lozenge fund. So I can keep the SJW voice. That SJW voice is very difficult. Let me see. I'm gonna read. Darth Gorbag, us geeks vote with our wallets. This is my vote for you as a quality content creator. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is not a quality content creator. He is toxic. He hates women. He hates everyone He makes clickbait and he uses that screaming SJW woman in all of his thumbnails because he's toxic. He is a bad person. Yeah, lozenged. Oh my gosh, I need plenty of throat lozenges for my SJW voice. It's so hard. How the fuck do they do that normally? How do they just talk like that normally? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but thank you, Darth Gorbag. I appreciate that. Revan says, in my opinion, Disney has already stuffed up KOTOR. Yeah, I mean, I wish I cared more about Disney Star Wars at this point, but I don't. It means nothing to me. It's garbage, and I just don't care. I really don't care. Connor Doherty says, Jeremy, check out the critics of The Last of Us Part 2 are not anti-feminist, homophobic by a YouTuber called Trillium. It's the frustrations of a logical person who spits truth balls about Naughty Dog and The Last of Us 2. She's a fan of your channel. Okay. I will check that out. Trillium. Okay. I will check that video out. I appreciate that. Yeah, someone shared me the problem, and this has nothing to do with your comment, and so I don't want you to think it has anything to do with it. You know, in the past, I have tried to go and debate people that don't like me or that say all these things about me, and what I've learned is like it's pointless. They will lie about anything. There's this guy who I guess I don't remember his name. But he reacted to my video about Splash Mountain and you know, me complaining about them getting rid of Splash Mountain for whatever reasons they're getting rid of it for. And I talked to that guy over on the Smud Boy podcast. I didn't know who I was talking to. I didn't know any of the people that I was going in there to talk to. I didn't know any of these people. Before I went in, I was under the impression I was going into debate 5 people that didn't like me. It turned out that I was actually going in to face one person that didn't like me and 3 other guys who I guess were fans of mine, and they were critiquing his critique of me, whatever. Point is, like, this guy was just like basically saying that he took on all of us and destroyed us. And I'm just like, I didn't know that they were on my side. I had no idea. But number 2, you didn't destroy anybody. It was a very like painful conversation to have. And I just was like, why did I even do this? Because it literally went nowhere. Because the stance of this dude was that I'm a misogynist because I made a lot of Brie Larson Captain Marvel videos. I mean, okay, that's the logic that these people come to. This is how they form their opinions. And they're weird, man. And you can't have conversations with these nut jobs when someone just, at this point in time, you got to read the room. And if you are calling someone a misogynist or a racist or any type of Easterism in 2020, I mean, you really need to back it up with some actual substance and not the fact that I made a bunch of Brie Larson videos. Over half of my Brie Larson videos were not necessarily about Brie Larson. They were about Brie Larson fans that would get so triggered because we were criticizing Brie Larson. But context doesn't matter to these weirdos. Context does not play a part into their discussions. It's all about making blanket statements to paint someone an ist or an ism. And that's just what they do. But I will continue to make as many Brie Larson videos as I want because I can do that. And most of my Brie Larson videos really don't have anything to do with Brie Larson anymore. It's about the nut jobs that try to defend this horrific woman. So anyway, it is what it is. These people are crazy. That's ultimately what it comes down to. But I will check out Trillium. That sounds good. Appreciate that. Ren Weasley says, are you ready for the Lord of the Rings series? I'm ready to see what it's about. I'm a person that if I step back from my fandom, I really do think that the Lord of the Rings movies are objectively the best movies I've ever seen. They're not my favorite, but I just think from a filmmaking standpoint and the trilogy and what Peter Jackson accomplished, I just think they're so fantastic. I've never read the books, so I mean, I'm coming at it from just knowing the movies. But I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like. I think Peter Jackson's involved, so so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Mark says, Jeremy, The Last of Us 2 has SJW story, but excellent gameplay. I don't know if it has excellent gameplay. Now, again, I haven't. Oh my God, at the spam. Again, you can come in here and criticize me, but don't spam the chat. You know, like don't spam the chat. You can criticize me. That's totally fine. It's okay. But when you come in here and just spam, I mean, good Lord, that's ridiculous. But anyway, so with The Last of Us Part 2, now again, I haven't played The Last of Us Part 2. I will not play it because why? Because fuck Naughty Dog. I played The Last of Us 1 and I love that game. I think it's a great game. But I don't think it's a great game because of the gameplay. I think it's a great game because of the story and the characters and the environment. It's not bad gameplay by any stretch of the imagination. It's fine. It's good gameplay, but it's the environment, and the environment does look to be pretty incredible with The Last of Us Part 2. The graphics look good. The environment looks good. All of that looks great, but this is a story-driven game that was built upon the relationships between characters. And once you've developed those relationships and you've made people care about these relationships, when you destroy that relationship and you destroy these characters, you've lost the heart of the game. So even if it looks pretty and if it plays well, it has no heart. So therefore, it's just a hollow shell of what it could be. Now, again, I say that as someone that hadn't played it, but I'm not going to play it. But do I have it here? I think it's over there. I found a physical copy of Ghost of Tsushima today. I am so happy. I found the last copy at a Target here in Pensacola, and I'm so happy about that. So, yeah, the very last copy. I've been looking for this game for 4 days now, and it's sold out everywhere. And again, I just don't like buying digital copies if I can help it. That's not to say I won't, but I'm just saying I typically don't like buying digital copies. So yes, I found the last physical copy of Ghost of Tsushima at Target today, and I'm probably gonna. The thing with this game, like, I want to set time aside to play it. People are asking me, are you going to stream it? I might, but I mean, like, I really want to just jump in there and experience it without any distractions. That's how I like to play story-driven games. But yeah, I mean, we've got a lot going on. Like tomorrow, Krista and Mark the Cyborg are playing Halo Master Chief Collection on Legendary on Gaming with Geeks. And that is going to be awesome because Krista has never played Halo and Mark is really good at Halo. So we're going to be watching from Krista's perspective. And the reason I bring that up is because we have a lot going on. There's a lot going on with us with gaming. You know, we just played Titanfall 2 tonight on Ryan's channel. We played Splatoon 2 on Chris's channel. We've got the Mario Kart streams on Sunday. We've got the Warzone stream on Wednesday. I'm interviewing Taj tomorrow. You know, I've got Sports Wars. It is really going to be our main focus for the rest of this month in terms of creating content. We've got Gaming with Geeks. We got Park Hopping. We got the website. So much going on. So I just don't know when I'm going to have time to sit down and actually invest in this world, but I am looking forward to doing it. Okay, if you need an update on Terry Crews, I will give you guys an update. Let me catch up on a couple of super chats, and then I'll give you guys an update. So if you want to see an update, just say yes in the chat and smash the melee button if you don't mind. Where are we at? Darth Gorbag, you blessed me with genuine laughter by reading my super chat in the SJW voice. So here's another one. You don't have to do the voice this time, though. It's okay. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad that it made you smile. I mean, I have to.
You blessed me with genuine laughter by reading my super chat in the SJW voice. So here's another one. Go ahead. Give Toxic Jeremy more of your money. Go ahead and fund his isms and his ist and his toxicity. Go ahead and let him make more Brie Larson videos. I am going to hashtag cancel Jeremy right now.
Thank you, Darth Gorbag. I appreciate that. Revan says, have you watched Life is a House with Hayden in it? I have not. People have told me to watch it, but I have not. I have seen Jumper. Isn't it when Jumper? Is that what it was? And then There was another one I saw with Hayden that I liked. Eric Nelson, you still going to pick up the Rise of Skywalker DVD? Never. I'm never buying that. All right. Yes, a lot of updates. Okay. For the Outcast of 3040K, thank you for your response. Would you stream once released Dawn of War 2 released of added in-game content, Lords of Decay, and are you stoked for Dark Tide? Let me follow up with you on that because a lot of people are asking for me to give an update. So for the Outcast of 3040K, I will come back to you when we pick back up on that. Okay, so you want an update on Terry Crews? I'm going to give you an update on Terry Crews. Smash the melee button if you don't mind, and we're going to get right into it. And it sucks. It really does suck. But here we go. Gabrielle Union receives renewed apology from Terry Crews after calling out his lack of support on America's Got Talent. It says she has received another apology from Crews after calling out her former America's Got Talent co-star again for his lack of support after she spoke out about her experience with racism and toxic workplace on set. Interest in the conversation was renewed after Union appeared on the Spotify podcast, Jamel Hill is Unbothered, and the sports journalist asked her about Crews and his controversial comments about Black Lives Matter. Now, what did he say that was so controversial? That's what he said that was so controversial, and they've been after him since. Defeating white supremacy without white people creates black supremacy. Equality is the truth. Like it or not, we are in this together. So then she says, people hit me up all day long and are like, what's happening? Union says in response to Hill's question about what's going on with Terry Crews. And the only thing I know for sure is that Terry Crews gets 3 checks from NBC, implying that Terry Crews won't call or won't fall in line because she's saying he's being paid by the executives at NBC. So I don't know if being worried about job stability, which listen, we all know that if you speak out against racism and white supremacy, you are absolutely can be shown the door. We are both very clear on that. So I don't know if that's the motivation. And then it says, she continued, well, people were like, well, you weren't the only black person on America's Got Talent. And I was like, no, I was on there with Terry Crews. Based on his recent actions, do you really think Terry Crews was an ally, was helpful, and was a sounding board? I think Terry Crews is showing us all who he is and who he and what he does during these times of adversity. And it's not solidarity. Crews released an apology to Union on Saturday. This will be my 3rd apology. If a 4th is needed, I will continue to apologize and push for reconciliation between the world and, more importantly, the culture I grew up in. And this is, all the details of that. Now, you ask yourself, hey, hey, Gabrielle Union, man, she's had a tough life. She's had a really tough time, hasn't she? Well, she's only worth $20 million. Only worth $20 million. Oh, so terrible. So terrible. And her husband's only worth $120 million. Wow. So terrible. So terrible indeed. It must suck to just grow up only being worth $140 million. How in the world? How in the world are their kids going to survive in such a toxic country that allows them to make $140 million? So that's the latest on Terry Crews. Unfortunately, he bends the knee, and it is what it is. Can't do anything about it, but yeah. Oh, my God. Ridiculous. I see a lot of people in the comments saying they love the channel. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for tuning in. We're trying to get back on the live streaming kick. So, all of that is appreciated. Okay. So, thank you for your response. Would you stream once released Dawn of War 2 released for added game content? I mean, right now, and I kind of already answered that question a little bit, and I'm not familiar with Dark Tide, but I really, with all of the stuff we have going on, I don't know if I can commit to any new games right now. But again, and I say this, and I honestly, to be fair, I haven't said it this whole entire live stream, but I'm going to say it right now. The main thing that I would ask anybody to do is to really tell me what you want to see is go to geeksandgamers.com. That's our website. Sign up for an account for free, and you can join the forums for free. And that's where I look and see what people really want to see from us. And then for $10 a month, if you want to become a premium member, then that gets you exclusive access to a lot of our stuff. But I'm just saying, like, the forums are free. It's free to sign up to the website. You get a private message system over there. You get a blog and everything like that. And I look in the forums to see what people are talking about. And that's how I get a lot of my information that I cover on the channel, or games that I want to play, or maybe games that I see for our team to play. And really, Halo Master Chief is happening tomorrow because I saw people in our community talking about Halo and being excited for Halo. Apollo Patriot. So that's kind of led to my decision about Halo. And so you never know. If I see people talking about something and it catches my eye, I might not necessarily play it because I won't have time, but I might try to set someone up on our team to play it. So, but yeah, thank you again for the super chat. I do appreciate that. Sasha Tech, a hollow shell of what it could be. Preach. Thank you, Sasha Tech. Thank you so much. And you are so supportive, and I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I look at. You can't say The Last of Us 2 is like The Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi, because they did build the correct world around, The Last of Us Part 2. They made it look beautiful. The gameplay was still great, but it didn't have that heart and soul. With Rise of Skywalker, it was just a piece of shit. So was The Last Jedi. I mean, there's not one single thing you can actually point to with The Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi and say, if it had this, it would be that. No, it would be terrible. It would be terrible. So thank you though. Orga777, I see you have a sports channel, but nothing on the Marble Olympics. All other sports are uber woke. Marble Olympics are fun and no wokeness. Right now, sports sucks, but it gives us so much to talk about. I would rather just have football to talk about and basketball, but right now everything is woke in sports. You are absolutely right about that. But if you are interested, please go over to our sports channel, Sports Wars. It's blowing up right now. Like, we are killing it right now. I mean, our sports channel is doing so good, and I'm so proud of it. So we're going to continue to put attention over there. Jason C with $1.49 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Stetson's Gold, dealing with the haters almost daily. Don't know how you do it, but hail. Well, thank you. Look, we all have haters. We all have critics. We all have people that are going to challenge us. That's just a fact of life and a fact of having any type of following. It doesn't matter how big your following is. It doesn't matter how small your following is. It's all relative. It's all relative. Now, there's certain times where it'll be disproportionate, but generally speaking, like with me, whatever hate that I have to deal with, I have a good solid following. So even if that hate sucks and even if those people are out there criticizing me, I know I have a lot of people supporting me. But so even if you have 100 subscribers, and there's 2 people in your comment section trashing you, it hurts. It hurts. And when I say it hurts, it stands out. It's there. You see it and it's there and it gets in the back of your head. So regardless if you have 2 people coming at you with 100 subscribers, or if you have 10,000 subscribers and you have 20 people coming after you, or if you have 100,000 subscribers, you have 200 people, or 1 million and you have 2,000, whatever, it's all relative. So it's always going to be there. There's always going to be people that don't want to see you succeed, no matter who you are, no matter what you do. It's just always going to happen. But there are instances like what happened with Ryan Kennel. When I first brought Ryan Kennel on this team, he had a disproportionate amount of haters, and I felt really bad for him, and a lesser person might not have been able to deal with it, but he did. But like, even when Ryan had like 200 subscribers, he had like 15, 20 people in his comments just trashing the fuck out of him all over this EU bullshit and being connected to Geeks and Gamers. And I felt really bad. I felt bad because I'm like, man, like he doesn't have like the following to kind of support how much hate he's getting. Now he does now, but at first it didn't. So it can be disproportionate, but generally speaking, it all weighs itself out. So, let me see where we at. Matt G, didn't you used to work overnight hours in retail? I did. I generally, when I worked retail, I was the stock crew manager, and I just, I just enjoyed working at night because I didn't have to deal with customers, and I didn't have to deal with the other people in the store either being lazy as fuck. You know, we could get our job done. We could bullshit. We could call each other offensive names. We could talk shit. We could listen to music, and it was a lot of fun. So yes, I did work overnight hours for the, you know, not my entire time there, but that's what I chose to do at specific points in my time working retail, and I enjoyed it. Felipe Santos, Reagan's Make America Great Again was in response to the 70s poor economic. Donald Trump's Make America Again was in response to the 2008-2016 economy. Yeah, I mean, people don't think like that. They don't think in logic or common sense. They just everything's an Eastern-ism to them. But thank you for that. It's going to be interesting what happens in November. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Revan says, gotta go. Going to have a beer for the working man. Swig of water for the working man, Revan. Thank you for your amazing support the last 2 nights. I really do appreciate that. Let me see. Where we at? Jeffrey Turner, a.k.a. Mega Jetty, says, swig of water for my Superman bottle for the working man. Hell yes, Superman. Superman. Love it. Mark Watt says, Ladders did an article revealing what we already knew. Habitual virtue signalers tend to be manipulative, narcissistic, psychopathic, but it's a publication aimed at the CEO types, so the warning is sounded. Yep, absolutely. You're 100% right. And you know, they are manipulative, they're narcissistic, and they're psychopathic, and they have a real problem with reality. So they like to distort reality so that they can feel like they are fighting for something that isn't really there. That's ultimately what SJWs are. They are complete psychopaths. They really are. And they're NPCs. Sasha Check says, for sports wars, 13 MLB St. Louis Cardinals are Rona positive, and they're postponing more games. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I don't. Sports is fucked. It really is. Thank you, Sasha. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Ryan's probably already on it, to be honest with you. For the outcast of the 3040K movie and season question, Mr. H completed his indie film Black Fields. For you personally, watch or skip Umbrella Academy season 2, Doom, Pat season 2, and The Boys season 2. Okay, so I actually just started watching the Umbrella Academy last night, season 1. I have not seen it. I've heard good things about it, so I watched the first episode, and I liked it. It was good. It was enough to keep me interested. So I'm going to try to watch Umbrella Academy Season 1, and then, you know, we'll see if I can get into Season 2. Doom Patrol Season 2, I haven't seen Doom Patrol. And then The Boys Season 2, definitely looking forward to The Boys Season 2. I love Season 1. Season 2, I've heard some things that might be concerning about it, but ultimately I'm still very much looking forward to that. So we will see. Hey, Zeus says, come on, dude, have a beer, LOL. I am not ever going to drink beer. I've never had a beer. I'll never drink a beer. I'll never try a beer. And people have said, like, why? And it's really, there's no real reason why. It's not my thing. And I don't let things cramp my style. If I'm not into something, I'm just not into something. And I always hung out with the crowd that did the partying and shit back in the day, but I just never was my style. It was like people kept thinking that I needed to drink to make them feel like accepted or something. I mean, and that's not how it was. I'm just saying it's how it came off because they were just so focused on, like, Jeremy, you got to have a beer. No, I don't, you know? So I've never drank, I've never smoked, I've never done a drug, and I never will. It's just not my thing. So, you know, I cuss a lot and I watch porn. So I'm not a Boy Scout. So, you know, but if that's what you do, more power to you. It's not for me. Swig of water for the working man, though. NASCAR Jerry, whatever happened to me? Yeehaw! The good Lord took Dale at turn 3, and we have to get on with life. Yeehaw! I couldn't even finish. The good Lord took Dale in turn 3. I cried that day. I told my old lady, who's also my cousin, "Cut, baby, go pop me a beer. Dale ain't coming home. Dale ain't coming home." Thank you, NASCAR Jeremy. Jeffrey Turner, a.k.a. Mega Jetty, got 2 XL Baby Yoda t-shirts for $70 Star Wars font, $8 each. Oh, with 70 Star Wars font for $8 each. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right on, man. Happy to hear that. Yeah, man. NASCAR Jeremy's fantastic. So, almost 1,000 likes. Almost 1,000 likes. You're trolling. Hey, that's what we do, man. We talk shit. We have fun. It ain't that serious. You know what I mean? NASCAR Jeremy says, I miss this. I miss this like I miss Dale Earnhardt. I'm going to rock that number 3 sticker in the back of my truck. I don't give a damn who. I don't give a damn who says something. It ain't going to be no damn 24, no 48. It would have been a Budweiser 8. Bubba Smollett ruined NASCAR. Yeah, NASCAR is garbage now. So, Nathan Koba says, all we need is a zombie or alien invasion. Yeah, man. And honestly, it would not surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me. Jeremy, what are your top 5 MCU movies? Infinity War is number 1. Guardians of the Galaxy is number 2. Civil War is number 3. Guardians number 2 is 4. And Iron Man 1 is probably 5. That's just off the top of my head. And so I think that's how it would go. So, let me see here. That's a good question, though. So, chat, here you go. 1, 2, Earnhardt, 4, 5. For the hobbyist, watching Warhammer is for everyone. Yeah, I don't know much about Warhammer. I know heel versus babyface as is really into Warhammer. I personally don't know a lot about it, but I've heard great things. I've definitely heard great things. No doubt about that. Let me see. People claim no one ever offers free drugs. It's a lie. I'm sorry for you people who were losers with no friends. I've been given free drugs like 100 times. What the fuck does that? Why is that being sent as a super chat? Pete Carswell's amazing. What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, that was good. That was good. Yeah, first, Jeremy Peterson. By the way, Jeremy Peterson, are you the same Jeremy Peterson that used to support us on Patreon? Is that you? Where are you at? Let me highlight you. That is the same Jeremy Peterson, right? That supported us on Patreon. Am I correct about that? I can't remember. I mean, I think it is. So I'll wait for you to respond and then we'll see. NASCAR Jeremy wants some free drugs. Thank you, Shaban. Thank you. I appreciate that. Look up Diecast Racing. Isn't a sport, but it's fun as hell and zero politics. Yes, that is. All right, man. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for all the support you gave us on Patreon. I know that I talked to you a little bit, and once I got rid of Patreon, I know you were like, man, I wanna, support you in some way, but we didn't really have a way for you to do it. So I just wanted to thank you for all of that, man. That always meant a lot to me that you supported us like that. And I know it's been a couple of years really since we spoke, but I really do appreciate that. So good to see you here, buddy. I was thinking about you when we created the premium subscriptions, because I'm like, I wonder if that guy's still out there. Just, and not say you have to support. I was thinking about it from all the support you gave us on Patreon. I'm like, wow, because that was a tough decision, because we were doing really well on Patreon, but ultimately I'm glad we made that decision. It was a tough decision because we were getting a lot of support. All right. Quite a stream delay. Do we have a stream delay? Is there? Let me see. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I was saying 6 months ago that Murdoch would buy Fox back at chump rate changes. What have you been hearing? I've only been hearing little grumblings about that. I haven't heard anything definitive, but with everything going on with the pandemic, and what's going on with Disney and the fact that their theme parks are shut down, that Hollywood is shut down, that everything is shut down right now. It's there's some discussions that they might be interested in selling Fox. Now, again, that's just grumblings. I haven't heard anything from any credible sources. I've just heard people mentioning that might be a direction they go in. But it'll be interesting to see, because I'm serious, man. Disney's in bad shape. And again, it's not to say Disney's the only one, because everyone is in bad shape right now. But when you have Disney, who is literally like has their hands in everything, they need a thriving economy to support their insane business model that they have created all over the world. And we don't have a thriving economy right now. It's a bad economy. So, that's part of it, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. And then we've got Ryan says, drugs are bad. Stay away from drugs or you'll be bad. Drugs are bad. Yeah, I mean, I agree. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. Where are we at? Daniel Sternberg says, Geeks and Gamers, a crazy leftist got mad at me for making a political statement and tried to ruin my life. It made me even want more to fight this cancer at all costs. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I don't have a problem with people that vote Democrat, even though I think they're wrong. I don't have a problem with people that lean left on their politics, generally speaking. I have a problem with crazy, lunatic, far left people. They are seriously demented and twisted. And they will ruin anybody. They really will. It's crazy. Hi, Mandy. I see you here. Hello, Mandy. I see you in the chat. Jeremy has a few funny voices. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. B. Carswell says, not supporting, but people that say they were losers in college. I have been offered countless drugs for free. People don't like to do drugs alone. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I can't speak to that. I personally can't speak to that, but I will take your word for it, my friend. Where are we at here? Understandable. Have a great day. Lance Paz. Oh, I see. Dominusex Machina. I say we literally nuke Hollywood from orbit at this point. It's the only way to tell these SJWs to just shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's not really, gonna. I don't think she's awake, Jesus. So let me see. If she was, she'd be in the chat probably. We'll see. I doubt she's up. So I see you, Jesus, requesting Krista. So. Am I physically conservative? Yeah, I would say physically conservative. There's just a lot, like, I tend to try to just, I don't align myself to any party politics. I have my beliefs. Sometimes my beliefs might lean me left. So other of my beliefs might lean me right. I don't really like to get into the details of it, because at least not on this channel. I can talk about it more in depth on my personal channel sometimes, because I do like to try to back up somewhat about what I preach a little bit. And my whole stance on this channel is to keep politics out of Hollywood. Unfortunately, we're overrun with politics in Hollywood. We're overrun with politics in sports. We're overrun with politics in the entertainment industry. And, the reason why I talk about politics so much is because we have been told by Hollywood that we can't talk about politics unless they're the right politics that they have determined are the right ones. So what I try to do here is I try to set an example to say, like, just because I am the way I am on politics, I don't think that my team needs to be that way. I don't find people that necessarily believe what I believe politically. I try to just find common sense people, and common sense doesn't mean you agree with me. Common sense means that you're just not a fucking nut job. And so that's how I try to approach things. For instance, like Uche and I do not agree politically at all. Like, generally speaking, we argue a lot behind the scenes, a lot. Uche is a very, 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 strong personality. And I'm glad we have that strong personality here. I'm glad that we have that, like that. Siobhan, my community manager, the person that's been with me for a long time and dealt with so much bullshit. She doesn't agree with me politically. These are two of my more important people. So, and then there's people on the team that I don't even know their politics because they just don't want to talk about it. And what I've always said is, like, when it comes to Hollywood and when it comes to people like places like Lucasfilm, all I hear from Lucasfilm is left-wing politics. I have never seen a person that is prominent or that works for Lucasfilm speak out about their politics that are going to the polar opposite direction of the left wing. And that tells you two things. That tells you either A, there's nobody there that has that opinion, or B, they're scared to speak up because they think they'll lose their job or they'll get overrun by the far left. Neither one of those answers is a good answer. So I continue to say, Lucasfilm, your employees constantly talk about politics. Lucasfilm, your employees are constantly spewing their political nonsense. And that's fine, but why do I only hear one side of the argument? Why have I never once heard a Lucasfilm employee mention support for the president of the United States, Donald Trump? Why have I never heard that? Two reasons. One, they don't exist, or two, they're scared to death to speak up. And neither one of those answers is a good answer. So fuck Lucasfilm. Swig of water for the working man, though. So with me, you know, I have my views, but you don't have to agree with me at all. B. Carswell usually went. I've got drugs. Join me, sure, for free. B. Carswell. B. Carswell's a trip. And we're almost at 1,000 likes. Smash that melee. We need 40 or 38 more likes. Am I a fan of South Park? I mean, I'm a fan of South Park. I've seen South Park here and there. I've never, like, watched it consistently. You know, some of the better episodes, I've obviously watched some of those. And they've had some great moments. And those guys are absolutely brilliant. They are geniuses. They are geniuses. My boy Noah is here. What's up, Noah? How are you, my friend? Yeah, more live streams, buddy. You're gonna get all this content for the channel. People have demanded live streams, so I'm just gonna live stream a lot here on this channel. Ryan says politics equals identity. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. You are absolutely right. Yes, I know who Owen Benjamin is. I don't know much about him, but I know who he is. Let me see. Wait a minute. What? So you have to support Trump for you to agree to them? I don't understand your question. So you have to support Trump for you to agree to them? I don't understand what you mean. Can you reword that so I can understand what you're saying and who you're talking about? Yes, I have seen the body cam footage. I considered making a video for my personal channel about it because I have a lot of opinions on that topic, but my gut told me it probably wouldn't be the best thing in this this climate we're in right now. So let's see. Phantom says, honestly, I've been where the fuck is it at? Where'd it go? Honestly, I've been slacking on the channel. Time to kick back in gear with the Geeks and Gamers live streams. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a good one last night too. It's unlisted, but I don't know if it was posted to Twitter or not. I'll give it to you. I can get the link for you if you need it. Do you feel? Lord Vader says, Geeks and Gamers, do you feel like a lot of Snyder fans try to tear down the Nolan films to elevate the Snyder DC movies? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's absolutely no doubt about that comment right there. If I can highlight that one, where the hell did it go? There is no doubt about that. They absolutely try to take down Nolan's DC to elevate Snyder's. They absolutely do. Snyder fans drive me crazy. So I saw Sausage. Where's Sasha Tech? Let's see. I've got you on the big screen, 55-inch. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, everyone. 55-inch. I'm okay with that. And then she said, hearing, where the hell is it? Where is it at? Boom. Hearing that you're going to keep live streaming makes me so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Terry Crews did bend the knee. I'll give you guys a quick update on that. Nathan says, was in the Army, support your leaders, free to disagree. Absolutely. Let's see. B Carswell says, play with Crowder. I'd love to host you both. Yeah, if Crowder ever wanted to talk to me, I would talk to Steven Crowder. I would love to do that. Real quick, I'm going to give you guys a quick update because I've done this 3 times already. So we're going to run through this fairly quick because I know it's part of the title of the video. So it's Gabrielle Union receives renewed apology from Terry Crews. So Gabrielle Union has received another apology from Terry Crews after calling out her former America's Got Talent co-star again with his lack of support after she spoke out about her experience with racism and a toxic workplace on set. And it said that after Jamel Hill, Jamel Hill, the person that says literally everybody that voted for Donald Trump is a racist, that Jamel Hill, the one that got fired from ESPN because she was tanking their ratings. It said she asked about Cruz and his controversial comments about Black Lives Matter. Okay, his controversial comments. Oh, that controversial comment where he said, like it or not, we're all in this together. That controversial comment. And then she said, people hit me up all day long and were like, what's happening? Union said in response to Hill's question about what's going on with Terry Crews, the only thing I know for sure is that Terry Crews got 3 checks from NBC. So I don't know if being worried about job stability, which, listen, we all know that if you speak up against racism and white supremacy, you absolutely can be shown the door. We are both very clear on that. So I don't know if that's the motivation. Again, let me ask you this, Gabrielle Union. Name one person that has been fired in Hollywood for speaking up against white supremacy. Please, I'll wait. Anyway, back to the nonsensical story. And then it says, she continued, people were like, well, if you weren't the only Black person on America's Got Talent. And I was like, no, I was on there with Terry Crews. Based on his recent actions, do you think Terry Crews was an ally, was helpful, was a sounding board? I think Terry Crews is showing us all who he is and what he's doing during these times of adversity, and it's not solidarity. So then Terry Crews gives the apology of, this will be my 3rd public apology to Gabrielle Union. If a 4th is needed, I will continue to apologize and push for reconciliation between the world and, more importantly, the culture I grew up in. So there you go. And who is Gabrielle Union, you ask? She's only worth $20 million. She's only worth $20 million in this racist country, and her husband's only worth $120 million. So collectively, they're both worth $140 million. That's the person that's claiming that racism is running rampant in her life, and she can't do anything. So that's where we are right there. And it's nonsense, but it is what it's. 1,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Give yourself a round of applause. We did it. We did it. We did it. Mandy says Ben Shapiro puts me to sleep when he talks. Does that mean you're not a Shapiro fan? I'm just curious. It's okay if you're not. I like Ben Shapiro. But if you're not, I totally understand. I know people that aren't a fan of Ben Shapiro. I personally am. I'm a big fan of Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis. Clay Travis is my boy. I love Clay Travis. I'll wait and see what Mandy says really quick. Let me see. Where am I at? K-Log's Comedy and Horror. What's up, K-Log? $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Doom Crew. Any chance to get a burnout vid of the great 240SX? It's not a 240SX or 240X. It's not a 240. It's a 300ZX. A 300ZX. I typically don't rev up my 300. My 300 is a 1991 twin turbo, and I mean the car is very old at this point. It's like 30 years old. So I tend to baby that car more than anything. I've never done a burnout in my 300. Not this one. I do have another one that's not a twin turbo, but I might give you guys a breakdown of the car and show you the ins and outs and the engine and stuff and everything. But a burnout, I'm scared, man. I had to put this car in the to work on a Z car, by the way. Like if it has the twin turbo engine, it's a nightmare. It's absolutely a nightmare. Like people generally don't know how to work on these cars. They are they're a fucking insane headache to work on. And there's a Z-car specialist in Mobile, Alabama, which is about an hour away from me. And I had to take it to those guys, and even those guys had some trouble with it. I mean, these cars are difficult to work on. And they're very, very sensitive. So a burnout, probably not, but I definitely can do a breakdown of the car. So, hey, man, thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Raymond Torres says, all the money donated to BLM goes to the Democratic Party. Nothing about Black lives, nothing to Black lives, Black Americans. BLM is a scam. What you think about it, Jeremy? I mean, absolutely. It's, listen, the only time, and you can look at the Google Trends, there was no discussion about Black Lives Matter after the 2016 election and until 2020 got here. The ramp up of the discussion happens before elections. It is a politically driven movement, and it is there to fund the Democratic Party. That is just how it is. And it's not that hard to figure out. You know, when people don't support the actual organization of Black Lives Matter, that does not mean that they do not support Black Lives Mattering, because if you say all lives matter, that means all lives matter, including Black lives. But it's been named Black Lives Matter so that when people, generally conservatives and Republicans, see, this is all a chess match with these political opportunists. It's named Black Lives Matter so that when you say you don't support that organization by name, they can then use that to say you're the ist and the ism that they are trying to claim everyone is. It's all optics with these people. That is it. It's that easy. It's not hard to figure out. It's just not. But anyway, JD says, about a half hour behind in the vid, but I heard you say you got a copy. It's amazing, brother. Playing it right now while listening to your vid. Thank you. Yes, I did get a physical copy of Ghost of Tsushima, and it is, I mean, I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited. I'm excited because everybody loves this game, so I can't wait to start getting into that. B Carswell says, I was always a dim, but those idiots are crazy. Yeah, they are. They really, really are. Let me see. Okay. Where are we at? There we go. Jeremy's life matters. Yeah. Why is all lives matter offensive to people? It's not, but it's being pushed that way by the media, and then the mindless NPCs are eating it up because the media is telling them to be offended by it. But normal people are not offended by that. Just the nut jobs that believe everything from the MSM. Sir, ruin of House Roundhead. It looks like whichever NBA team shuts down police brutality and stops systemic racism will be the champion. What do you think? That's good. That is good right there. That's good. That was a good one. Oh, that was a good one right there. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. Raymond Torres says, thanks for answering. Hey, man, it's a conversation here. Obviously, I can't get to every question, but I do appreciate everybody being here, regardless if you're sending a super chat, regardless if you're just sitting in the back listening, regardless if you're in the chat and I haven't seen you yet. Anybody that's here in any capacity whatsoever, you are being supportive in your own way. And whatever, type of support you can give, whatever works for you. And I mean that like just viewing the video is being supportive. So if you don't like me and you're watching the video, you're supporting me. How does that make you feel right now? Ooh, you're going to downvote the video? Because that doesn't hurt either. That only shows engagement. So literally, if you hate me and you're watching this video, the only thing you can do is stop watching me. But we both know you can't because you're obsessed. Oh, it must suck to be you right now. It must suck to be you right now. Damn. What a tough situation you find yourself in. I'm talking to you too. Yes, you. That person right there. You're sitting there. You have a very small penis. No woman has ever seen it. You can barely see it, but I'm talking to you. Swig of water for the working man. All right. Oh man, that was good. Thank you very much. Man, lag, you're getting lag. Oh man, I hate that. This is my last time watching your stream. Where did that? Right there. Lethal. Imagine being obsessed with Jeremy. Yeah, that would really be horrible. Oh man. Jeremy's lives matters. JLM. Can we get the JLM movement started right now? JLM. I'll be the first right now. There we go. Boom. There it is. Feeling pretty good about myself now. Feeling pretty good about myself. Oh man, below average lives matter. Okay, B Cars what says communism is good. No, it's not. I was there last year. Cuba's ambulances were like a 1950, and their hospitals were scary. Everything was total crap. Yeah, I mean, social media has really had a lot to do with a lot of craziness, that's for sure. And people can't really think, they can't. Super chat for the working man, hashtag JLM. That's what I'm talking about. And then Jeffrey Turner says, I'm off to bed. Good night. Hashtag Fandominus for life. Thank you so much, Mega Jetty. Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, social media has really, it has taken context and nuance out of everything. That stuff doesn't exist anymore. People don't actually think. People don't actually want to do any research. They see something on social media. They take that as it's a fact. I mean, we have a generation of people that believe memes are facts. Okay. I mean, that's where we're at. Like my favorite one is, hang on and I'll show you. My favorite meme is this one. And I know you guys have seen it. I know you guys have seen this one, but this really puts it into perspective right here. Right there. And you know what the bad thing is there's people that believe this one too. Don't believe everything you read on the internet just because there's a picture with a quote next to it. Abraham Lincoln. There are people that actually believe that he said that because they're that stupid. You know what I mean? That is social media in a nutshell right there. And it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. So Mitchell Young says, "Yut." I don't know what that means, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Jackson Mock has said, "Can you help liberal hive mind?" What? I don't even, what is the context of what you're asking me? I don't understand what you're saying. Seems legit to me. Oh man. Let's see. Well, hang on. I'll get to you in just a second. Free Real says, I've watched you for years, but I've never really engaged much. Have been enjoying your streams while at work. Keep being you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It truly blows my mind that years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, I was literally that guy. I was literally listening to podcasts and YouTube shows from people that I enjoyed. And to know that there's anybody out there that's listening to me now, it blows my mind. It truly blows my mind. And I really appreciate it. I've been there. and I understand the grind. I'm not saying I know what type of work you do, and I'm not asking, but I've been on that grind, you know, and I worked in warehouses. I worked, you know, as a delivery driver. I worked in a retail store. I was a certified forklift trainer. That's what's up. What's up, ladies? I could drive a forklift. Not only can I drive a forklift, I was a trainer. I could train people to drive a forklift. What's up, ladies? What's up? Above average and can drive a forklift? Come on now. Come on now. That's what's up. Okay? The only thing better than a man that can drive a forklift is a man with a strong KD in Titanfall 2. And I can do both. But thank you. I appreciate that. Collins Art says, I'm sending you $5 so you can say my name on YouTube and make me feel special. Well, Collins Art, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sending me the super chat. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate the fact that you think that me saying your name has any significant meaning whatsoever. So have a great night, Collins Art. Where are we at? I'm trying to... Man, the chat's moving so fast. B. Carswell says, we're like Cuba is awesome. None could do super chats. Oh, I remember some of those issues. Yeah, okay. I remember that. Mandy says, Jeremy, I'm a female mechanic. Nothing surprises me. Yeah, man. I love driving a forklift, and we had the reach truck. You know, obviously, I drove a reach truck as well. The order. So I worked at a warehouse, and when I worked at Home Depot. So I worked at Home Depot, and obviously at Home Depot, you've got multiple different. You know, you've got your standard forklift, and then you've got a reach truck, and then you've got order picker. And so I drove all of those, and I really fell in love with driving reach trucks and forklifts. And the order picker was fine. I didn't really like the order picker that much. But then I got a job as a warehouse manager at a flooring store. And that's where they sent me off to become a trainer. So I got certified to become a forklift trainer. So then every new employee that came through, I got to train them and certify them through OSHA. So it was pretty awesome. I just love driving a forklift. Like, honestly, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would be a fucking forklift driver. Probably that, or I'd be working at a grocery store. That's what I do. So if Jeremy actually ever does really get canceled, then I'll just go drive a forklift and I'll be happy. You know, I'll be happy driving a fucking forklift, you know? So, forklift video. Yeah, man, I do definitely enjoy it. All right. Dark Side Droids. It's 3 a.m. here, and I'm still awake listening to this Star Wars nerd. Just kidding. Love you guys at G&G. Thank you, Dark Side Droids. I appreciate that. And yeah, man, look, I am, if I'm anything, I should be someone that can tell you, you can do it if I can do it. And I don't know how I've created what I've created. I just know that I had passion for something and I wanted to do it. I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't have there's no template to what I've created. I mean, I'm literally a few years removed from having a day job at a grocery store to now I've got an incredible team, an amazing team of primarily volunteers that are dedicated to Geeks and Gamers, dedicated, you know, and I'll do anything I can to support them with, you know, different equipment. And, you know, when I see their channels growing, like for instance, Josiah has been with me for as long as anyone. And that dude he has stood by me through thick and thin. When it didn't seem like I knew shit about what I was doing, we didn't really have a big following. Josiah has always been as legit and as good of a human being as you could have imagined. Like, that is a genuinely good human being. So to see his channel blowing up right now is the best thing ever because he's given so much to Geeks and Gamers. Ryan Kennel's another one. His channel's doing great. He's only been on YouTube a year at this point, and he's doing incredible. And, you know, my boy Lethal is here. Lethal always has my back. Super dedicated to the Gaming with Geeks side. He really wants to build that element of Geeks and Gamers up. And, you know, it's just awesome to see. But if I can fucking do it, you can fucking do it. And that That is ultimately what I want you to get for me, or from me. So, where are we at? Queasy, only thing soy boys whip is their cream off their boyfriend. What's up, Queasy? I appreciate you being here, man. I know you probably catch hell for supporting me, and I appreciate you. Let me see. The Real Blackwell. I'm in Pete Cola. If you ever need a copy of Ghost of Tsushima, hit me up. Actually, so I scored it today. Hang on. I'll show you guys. Hang on. All right, here we go. Right here. Boom. There it is in its full glory. Look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I've already installed it, but I took it out so I could play Titanfall earlier. So there it is right there. Boom, boom, boom. So there it is. I have that was the final copy at Target. The final copy. So I'm really happy about that. But so thank you, The Real Blackwell. I do appreciate that, man. That Case Stew fan says, let's go to In-N-Out and fight in Toontown, Team J. Dude, that sounds like a hell of a night right there. That sounds like a hell of a night. So, In-N-Out, God, In-N-Out's so good. Let me see. Raymond Torres says, haven't played that Star Wars game since I was a kid. Wow, I feel so old. It came with the OG Xbox. What's your favorite Star Wars game? Mine is Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed is definitely up there for me. I always say one that's kind of off the wall. A lot of people, I don't feel like this game is on people's radar, but when I mention it, they talk about how much they love it. And that is the Revenge of the Sith video game. That is my favorite one, probably. I love that game. And a lot of people, they don't mention it. And then I bring it up. They're like, holy fuck, that game was awesome. I'm like, yeah, it was. And so that one's right up there with Force Unleashed for me. And obviously the old school Super Star Wars games that are fucking hard as hell back on the Super Nintendo. Love those. Where are we at? Rumble in Toontown was the best High Council episode of all time. That was a great one. That was a great one right there. And all right, we're caught up for now. Republic Commando is an awesome one. Mark the Cyborg did a fucking amazing review of that here on the channel. Zevius, what's up, my friend? Dude, shoot me a private message on Messenger. I wanted to ask you about something. I'm so sorry we've lost touch, my friend. But that's mainly because of me never responding to half the stuff. Because, I mean, with Twitter, obviously I'm not on Twitter anymore. But if you can shoot me a private message, I'll get with you tomorrow. And something I want to run by you, man. So thank you for all the stuff you've done for me and all the designs and stuff, man. Appreciate that. Where are we at? Hey guys, I'm an SJW. Is Ghost of Tsushima better than Last of Us 2? My wife's boyfriend won't let me play Ghost of Tsushima. My wife. Guys, can you put F's in the chat for Parker? Can you guys put F's in the chat for Parker? Poor Parker. Poor Parker. Oh man, that was good. Yes, Jeremy, saving a lot of time not being on Twitter. Absolutely a lot of time. Darkside Droid says nobody talks about the Obi-Wan on the OG brick Xbox. Holy crap, that is an old one right there. Yes, that's one that's not on my radar at all. That's a good call out right there. Darkside Droids, by the way, can we just mention that this person right here, Darkside Droids, okay? This is a man of class, okay? This is a man of eloquence, okay? Respects baseball stars. How many people know about the greatness of baseball stars? Because Darkside Droids does, because Baseball Stars is the greatest baseball game ever made, okay? Give me a shout out in the comments if you know about the greatness of Baseball Stars. Baseball Stars is amazing. So, God, I love baseball stars. Dark Side Joyce knows what's up, though. That's for sure. Okay. Where are we at? Monica King says, dude, I'm a Latino and I've never heard any Latino wanting to go back to their country. America is not perfect, but it's so much better than everybody else. Yes, I agree with that one. I agree with that. Absolutely. There was another one I wanted to highlight. I can't find it now. Oh, there we go. CVS says, sure thing. I'll hit you up tomorrow on Facebook. Right on. Entertainment system. And much like Tecmo Bowl, it kind of just set a standard. And I don't think that standard, I mean, again, don't get me wrong. I absolutely remember that. Let me see. What is the chat? There we go. Chat froze up on me for a minute there. So, who else thinks we need JLM shirts? Steak B with $5. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. You are awesome and it's appreciated. Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES. Well, Tecmo Bowl was on the NES. Was Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES? I know it was on the Super. I guess, yeah, Tecmo Super Bowl was on the NES also, wasn't it? I remember playing on the Super Nintendo. The original Tecmo Bowl had Bo Jackson and Walter Payton. Bo Jackson and Walter Payton were amazing. Was Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES? I think it was, but I played it on the Super Nintendo. Did I play Halo 2 on OG Xbox Live? I did not play Halo 2 on OG Xbox Live. I did play Halo 2, but the campaign. So here's my path with Halo. And by the way, tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers Twitch account, Krista Nova and Mark the Cyborg are playing through the Halo Master Chief Collection on Legendary. Krista has never played Halo, and Mark is damn good at Halo. So it's gonna be fantastic. But as far as OG Halo 2 on Xbox Live, the first Halo game I played was Halo 3. And I actually played through Halo 3, the entire campaign, co-op with a friend of mine. And if you really want a good retail story, the retail story here is my buddy knew I was a big, gamer, but I wasn't an Xbox guy. I had PlayStation and a GameCube back then. So overnight working at Home Depot, every night he would bring his Xbox 360 and we would go to the break room at lunch and we would hook up the Xbox 360 and play Halo. And we played through the entire multiplayer campaign, Halo 3 on the 360. And I fucking loved it. I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, I fell in love with it. So then we started going and playing. Then we started on, Halo 1 and Halo 2. And then we played 3 again. And it just blew me away. So that's my path. So I didn't play the multiplayer. The first multiplayer that I ever played with Halo was Reach. So yeah, I didn't get into that phase where Halo was the biggest thing ever. I just wasn't part of that. And I kind of wish I was, but I missed out on that. So, all right. Catastrophe says, I've missed you, Jeremy. What's up, Catastrophe? It's been a while. You always trolling me and shit. I remember that. Ambrigalist says, how can I join the Halo game later? And is it on PC? Yes, it's on PC. You won't be able to join it because it will just be Krista and Mark, who are part of the Geeks and Gamers team, and they're going to be playing it on a live stream together. So it won't be multiplayer. It'll just be them playing co-op together through the campaign. And I think it's going to be really enjoyable considering Krista's never played and they're playing on Legendary. And Mark's going to be guiding her. It's going to be fantastic. So that'll be tomorrow on the Twitch channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a lot of fun. That K Stu fan, hanging with Jesse and Jeff this weekend. Thanks for hooking us up. We're doing big things here in Cali. Sent you something in the mail. Heads up, Team Jesse. What's going on, Team Jesse? I absolutely remember you. And that's great. Really happy that you guys are going to be having some fun. And yeah, man, good stuff. That's awesome. I miss California. I don't want to move there. Not at all. But I wouldn't mind, going out for a visit again when things open back up. So, let me see. I'm trying to catch up here. Jeremy, are you excited for Battletoads? I don't know much about. Is there a new Battletoads coming out? Why am I drawing a blank on that? I think I heard something about that. I mean, I remember the Battletoad games back in the day, and they were hard as fuck. I don't imagine they're going to be that hard if there's a new one coming out. I feel like I heard about something like that, but it's not registering with me right now. Jeremy, what's better, Force Unleashed 1 or 2? I say 1. They're both good, but I think 1's a little tighter. Dino Crisis. Let me see if I missed it right there. Yeah, Dino Crisis. That was awesome. New Battletoads is coming out. I kind of feel like I saw this, but I don't remember now. And so I'll have to look into that. Solo cups made money. Raylos are secretly hot. And who doesn't want to fornicate with a naughty K9? What the fuck? Dude, the solo cups made money is fucking fantastic. That is awesome right there. That is awesome. I love that. Jeremy, did you like the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake? I didn't play the remakes. I did play those games back in the day, the first time around. Resident Evil, out of the first 3, Resident Evil 1 is easily my favorite, and it was back then. And I have played the remasters of Resident Evil 1 and the updates, and I enjoyed all of those. I haven't played the remakes. But Resident Evil 4, well, I don't know if it's hard to say it's always going to be my favorite, but of all the Resident Evils I've played, 4 is the standard. 4 is the standard. And, I love 4 so much, but I haven't played the remakes. Yeah, I know that Lethal's here, and Lethal didn't like the 3 remake at all. He did not like that one. And so, Jeremy, do you watch Scott the Woz? Yes, Scott the Woz is one of my favorite YouTubers. Scott the Woz is fantastic. That dude is legit talented, and he is so good at what he does. That guy deserves all of his subs and more, and he is great. So he's one of my favorite YouTubers for sure. I watch that guy all the time. Like I said, his breakdown of the PlayStation 3 versus the Xbox 360 generation is an incredible video. So if you guys haven't seen it, watch it. He does his research and he breaks it down, and it's entertaining as hell. Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games ever. I agree completely. Let me see. Ruthie, thank you for being here and dropping links in the chat. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. So much shit going on in the chat. I don't know what half the shit y'all are talking about. It's 2:30, so I'll probably got to wrap this up because I am tired, and we got a busy day tomorrow. I've got Taj Jackson on the channel, so I'm going to be talking with him. I'm excited about that. This is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Myself and Taj have been trying to get it worked out. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, I don't know if that's going to be a live stream or if it's going to be pre-recorded. I got to talk to him first, so I can't make that decision without, talking with my guest to find out what he wants. But Taj Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, will be on Geeks and Gamers. I'm recording with him tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or a pre-recorded video, but either way, you will be seeing that in the very near future. Also, tomorrow night, Geeks and Gamers over on Twitch, Kristen Nova and Mark the Cyborg playing Halo on Legendary. And the last thing I want to mention is geeksandgamers.com. If you have not made an account yet, please go and do so. It is free to make an account on geeksandgamers.com. You can jump into the forums and you can have plenty of discussions over there on our forums, and there's a lot going on in our forums, as you can see right here. You just see all the topics. We have announcements. We have forum suggestions, website issues and bug reports. We have anime, books, comics, manga. Is that how you say it? Manga. Movies, music, Star Wars, television, YouTube, general gaming discussion, mobile gaming, Nintendo, PC, PlayStation, retro gaming, Xbox, general sports, baseball, basketball, football, WWE, theme parks, Disneyland, Universal, Walt Disney World, Community Hub, general discussions, current events, memes, our life, and toys and hobbies. We got you covered. And then you can go to the premium tab if you're interested, and you can sign up for premium content for $10 a month minimum. You can give more if you want, and it won't hurt my feelings if you do. And then you can also, this is the profiles right here. Over on the site, this is my profile, and you can you got your own blog and everything like that. So notifications, message system, all types of stuff. So again, I'll see you guys over there. Forklift Forum win. Catastrophe says, do a live stream tomorrow or the day after so I can bombard you with crappy jokes. I am always happy for your crappy jokes. But either way, guys, thank you again. Another great live stream. I appreciate all of your support so very much. It means the world to me. And thank you for all the support for Geeks and Gamers. Sports Wars is blowing up right now. Gaming with Geeks is doing great. Park Hoppin's doing great. The Twitch channel is doing great. Obviously, we're doing awesome here on the main channel, and the website is doing great. That is a testament to all of you. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye. And then the awkward